I never thought I'd be that guy. The one sitting outside a restaurant window, clutching a bouquet of roses, watching his entire marriage crumble in real time. But life has a way of dealing you scenes you couldn't make up if you tried. My wife Clara and I had been together for almost 7 years, married for 4. We weren't a perfect couple, but we had history. We had routines, shared friends, vacations, fights and makeups, all the usual stuff. I thought we had a life. I thought we had us. But looking back, I realized Clara had been slowly pulling away for months. More girls' trips, more late-night study sessions for her art classes, more excuses about being too tired for date nights. I chalked it up to stress. I never imagined it was something darker. Then came the Tuesday that changed everything. The dinner I wasn't invited to it started with a phone call around 5:30 p.m. I just wrapped up a long day at the office, a promotion nearly finalized. I was in high spirits. I wanted to surprise Clara with dinner at La Fontaine, the same restaurant where I'd proposed. But when I called her, she answered quickly. Too quickly. "Marcus, I can't tonight," she said. "Family dinner. My parents need me, just me. It's private." That set off alarm bells. Clara's family never excluded me from family matters, but she was sharp about it, almost rehearsed. Still, I thought maybe I was overthinking. I figured I'd swing by La Fontaine anyway, maybe toast my promotion to myself, maybe even bring her flowers afterward. When I got there, I froze. Through the big glass window, I saw her, my wife, laughing at our table, the very one where I'd asked her to marry me, and she wasn't alone. Beside her sat a tall, well-dressed guy with slick dark hair and a suit that probably cost more than my monthly rent. Across from them were her parents, Gerald and Patricia, all smiles. Then I heard it. Her voice, clear as day when the door opened for another guest. "Mom, Dad, this is Elliot Crane, the love of my life." My chest went cold. The love of her life. Not Marcus, not her husband, Elliot. And then came the laughter. All of them chuckling, glasses clinking, as if my entire existence was some long joke. Clara smirked and added, "Marcus? He's just my husband on paper. My texting husband. My ATM. You know, reliable Marcus. Predictable, safe, boring." They laughed again. Her parents nodded approvingly. Elliot smirked like he'd won a prize. And me? I stood outside in the rain, clutching roses like an idiot, watching my wife dismantle me like I was a punchline. That was the moment something inside me snapped. The Marcus she mocked, the predictable, safe, boring Marcus, died on that sidewalk. And a new version of me started planning. The discovery that night I tore through our apartment. Every drawer, every folder, every hidden corner. What I found made me sick. Receipts for jewelry I hadn't bought. Hotel bookings. Thousands siphoned from our joint account. Then her iPad. Hundreds of texts with Elliot. Photos, plans, mockery. Even worse, her mom coaching her. "Use Marcus for security. He's your safety net. Elliot is your future." I wasn't a partner. I was a placeholder. A bank account with legs. But if they thought I was too boring to notice, they were about to learn how dangerous boring can be. Building my team. I couldn't take them on alone. So I built a team. Julia, a financial analyst from work who loved digging through numbers. Detective Raul Serrano from the Financial Crimes Unit, who'd been tracking Elliot's shady investments. And Michael, an investigative journalist, my college buddy who'd been looking for his next big scoop. Together we pieced it together. Elliot was laundering money. Clara was helping move it through my accounts. Her parents were quietly backing the scheme. They thought Marcus the pushover would never catch on. They were wrong. The trap I played my part. The heartbroken husband who wanted to reconcile. I booked a fancy dinner, wore the suit Clara always loved, acted like I was still the same predictable Marcus. Hidden in my watchband was a recorder. Across the street, Michael's photographer waited with a telephoto lens. Halfway through the meal, Clara leaned in, all fake sincerity. "Marcus, I just feel trapped. I need excitement. But I want us to work." I pulled out a folder. 43 pages of evidence. Bank statements, forged signatures, screenshots of her texts with Elliot. I slid it across the table. Her face went pale. "Marcus, I can explain." "Oh, I'm sure you can," I said. "But you won't have to explain it to me." Right then, Detective Serrano approached, badge flashing. "Clara Harper Thompson, you're under arrest for wire fraud, identity theft, and conspiracy." The restaurant went dead silent. Diners stared as Serrano cuffed her. She screamed my name, reaching for me, mascara streaking. I leaned back in my chair and whispered, "Check, please." "The fallout, Elliot? 6 years in prison?" "Clara, 4 years. Her parents? Not charged, but their reputation obliterated. Michael's expose, the Harper scam, went viral. The photos, the evidence, the betrayal. Suddenly everyone knew the truth. My boring existence had just dismantled their empire. In court, her lawyer tried painting me as controlling, manipulative. But the jury barely needed an hour. Guilty. I walked out free. She walked out in chains. Aftermath. 3 weeks later, I stood by my apartment window at 3 a.m. Rain pouring down, streets slick and empty. And there she was, Clara, sitting under the street lamp outside, drenched, broken, sobbing in her designer coat. 6 months earlier, I would have rushed down with an umbrella and hot chocolate, but that Marcus was gone. I sipped my coffee watching her. No anger, no pity, just peace. She created this version of me, the man who documents lies, who exposes scams, who walks away while she drowns in her own mess. She thought she'd married a boring ATM. What she really married was her reckoning. And karma? Karma showed up right on time. Thanks for watching.